Okay, today we're going to make my favorite salami. It's a lunch meat. We call it salami. Some people call it summer sausage. So I'm starting with 4 pounds of hamburger. In the recipe below, I'll give you the recipe for 2 pounds at a time. And all the ingredients from now on I'll be telling you as 2 pounds. Okay, with the hamburger we're going to add 1 teaspoon of black fresh ground pepper. And then I have 1 tablespoon of Montereal seasoning. I'm actually using the one that we bought. It's called Canadian. I get it from Marshall Creek. Okay, then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. Any brand of liquid smoke you can find.
Or any flavor.
Or any flavor. My favorite is pecan, but I don't have any right now. Okay, then Tender Quick. I use Mortons Tender Quick. It comes in a bag. If you can't find it at your local store, I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon. I've seen it there before. Okay, then instead of dried onion and garlic, today I'm using onion powder.
Yeah. And
onion or garlic powder.
Okay.
Okay. And then I also add mustard seed, which I bought from Marshall's Creek. And then for every 2 pounds, you will want 1 cup of water. You mix everything into your hamburger meat. Me, I'm lazy. I'm using my mixer right now. I'll turn it on low and pour the water in. All my spices are already in here. Pretty much all mixed up. I'm just checking it to make sure. Light's not very good in here.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty mixed up.
Yep.
Okay. Now what we do is we divide it up into sections. And we wrap it up in plastic. And you can do any size you want.
And you can wrap it in aluminum if you'd rather instead of the plastic.
I should weigh this out. But
well, what weight would you normally put per loaf?
Try to go about 1 pound. Let me reach across here and get my weight, my scales. Come on, turn on. Okay, that's zeroized. That's 12 ounces. That's 1 pound and 1/2 ounce. Close enough. So what you do is you make a log out of it. You can, I had it way over too far. You can make it as thin or as thick as you want it. The more round you make it, fatter, the longer it'll take to cook.
And how big around would you say that is? It's about 2-inch diameter.
Yeah, 3 inches around maybe.
I don't think it's 3, 2 to 2.5.
Around circumference.
Oh, circumference. That's totally different.
What I like to do is I like to make it nice and tight. And then bring my edges over like that. And set it aside. And continue with it till you're finished. Then we will put this in the refrigerator a minimum of 8 hours. 8 to 24 hours. And then we'll put it in the oven or in the smoker tomorrow.
Okay, so here it is, day 2 of our salami. And I'm getting the smoker ready. Putting a little water in the tray so that it'll stay moist. And then I'll be putting my wood chips down in here too for the smoke. And I have, whoops, trying to slide off, sorry there. That's a cover to keep the grease off of there. If you can see that cover right there. Then I also always have my bottom tray, and I put an aluminum can. It just fits in there, and that's to catch the grease, because the one I had before this, I burned out the heating coil because the grease just kicked up on it, and I finally realized that the problem was I needed to get it covered. Okay, so now I'm going to get my other racks in. Now it'll be 2 racks with the salami here, and I'll put 3 on one and 2 on the other. I'm gonna put you on a tripod and try to get you. Sorry about all of the sloppiness there, but I think that's what we want. Okay, now to do this, here I'll start with this side actually. These are still in the plastic, you gotta unwrap them. You don't want to do this in the plastic. Now I smoke them because if you smoke them, they'll actually last longer in the refrigerator. If you can cook them in the oven, it's like 350 for an hour. That works, but they only last in the fridge a week, maybe 10 days at best. If I smoke them, I'll get a couple of weeks out of them just sitting in the fridge. Mind you, they're good enough, they don't hardly ever last that long, but if you're overstocked in the fridge like we get, then sometimes they get pushed to the back and you don't see them for a month, and then you wish you didn't see them. But anyhow, so that's the first 3. Now put this rack here, put it in there. Now I'll be smoking these at about 225, somewhere between 225 and 240. It never stays exact. And I will smoke them, if I bake them, they're like an hour. But if I smoke them, you're going to have to go at least 2 hours. And then depending, I mean, you can start smoking them and then finish them up in the oven. But the trick is to get the smoke flavor in there, plus the preserving action of the smoke, which works out really nice. Okay, so it's set up. I've got the water, the wood for the smoke, the meat, and my drip pan to catch it all. And this is an electric smoker, so it's just as simple as plug it in, which, if you'll excuse me, is right here behind you, my cord. So I will plug this in and we will get it going. I use a remote thermometer so that I don't have to constantly come out here and check it. This is my remote thermometer. I have the other part in the house next to my chair where I like to put my lazy butt and go online and do whatever it is I'm doing. Anyhow, that'll keep the temperature for me, let me know when it's at. And I've got all this to put in, and it's just a matter now of letting it smoke a couple hours, and then we'll be done. I'll be back with you when it's done. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours, maybe a little longer. I'm gonna check the temperature here on these. I like to get up around 160 or so. You know, meats are supposed to, or salamis, that kind of stuff, are usually a little drier. You can see how much grease that grease pan caught. Of course, being hamburger, you know, is always going to have a lot of grease on it. Although do not use the 73%, whatever that is. It comes out nasty. This we use 80 82%, and that works out really good. 90's too dry. So you want to stick with the 80? Yeah, probably you can't read it, but I'm just about there at 160. So I'm going to pull these out, and we'll get them on a plate and let them set a bit, and then I'll come back here and we'll slice one open and try it out. Okay, be back in a bit.
Ready to give it a try.
Yeah, they've cooled down about what, an hour, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where it's set on the rack.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just
I'm gonna put a slice up here where I can get it real close here. Okay, now you can see the mustard seed in there. Little bits of pepper and just all sorts of seasoning there.
And this is my version. If there's something you don't like, you don't put it in there.
Right, you don't have to have mustard seed in it if you don't want. It's just a...
And if you like whole peppercorns, you put whole peppercorns in it, you know?
Really. But yeah, these on some crackers with some cheese makes a pretty nice snack.
Yep.
But we will actually use it in a sandwich as a lunch meat. You keep, this way we know what's in our lunch meat and what have you. Yeah. And we just slice it about that thickness there, and yeah, maybe a little thicker.
Well, it depends on what we're doing with it.
And these loaves here are, what'd you say, about £1 a piece, roughly? You didn't weigh
it was
them.
about 4 pounds. It was.
Oh, okay.
This one here, I think, was more, but
Obviously.
all of these beforehand was 1 pound.
Right. Okay, well, let's try it and see how it come out.
You get one.
Well, I want to tear it here and show the consistency of it too.
Yeah, they're still a little warm.
Yeah. But you see here, it kind of breaks apart and what have you.
And I usually don't add salt to it because of the
Steak seasoning already has salt.
no, the steak's not the steak
No.
seasoning. The tender quick.
The tender quick is salt, yeah.
And that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Anyhow, so from 8 to 24 hours in the refrigerator after it's mixed up and made into logs, and then in the oven at 350 for about an hour and 15. You want to get about 160 in temperature. If you put it in the smoker, it'll last twice as long in the refrigerator, but it'll take twice as long to cook it too. So.
Yeah.
But the smoke flavor is really nice in it too. But you do put liquid smoke in there, so you're going to get some even in the oven, but just not as much.
Right. Smoking them makes them last longer. Baking them.
You're done quicker.
Yeah. You just eat it more faster.
So where do you have your time, huh? Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.